So I just heard the whole idea of traveling. And I must say that I absolutely love to go on a very exciting, fun trip. Imagine that you would be told that today we're going to go on a trip, let's say, to the desert. And the question I'm going to be asking you, to raise hand, please tell me one thing you think you probably would need if you would be on such a fun, exciting vacation, like traveling to the desert. Yes. Water, of course. After all, certainly one would need that. Let's make sure we continue having our hands raised quietly. Yes. Of course. Not only do we need water, but we also would need to have food. That's absolutely the case. I'm going to call just a couple more people. Yes. Resources. Yes, all different types of other things that we may need. Yes. Coconuts, of course. How could you not survive without a coconut? We'll call one more person over here. Someone sitting quietly, nicely. Yes. Think about it. So it's absolutely true. Let's put our hands down. I'm so glad everyone's here to participate. And I'll give you another chance perhaps soon to also speak. But it's true, put our hands down for a second, great, that if you're going to be traveling in the desert, it is necessary to have all these basic things. Water, food, on all of these resources. Now, you should know that when the Jewish people, when they left Egypt, they didn't just go straight to Canaan, Israel. They had a few detours along the way. They were in the desert for a long time. And the question is, which I'll answer, this one, how is it possible that they were able to survive? So the answer is they needed water, and Hashem actually provided water. There was a special well that one of the greatest people who ever lived, a woman by the name of Miriam, who happened to be Moshe's sister, it was in her honor and merit that they were able to drink water for all those years. The food that they had came from the sky. It was special something called mud that fell every single day, and that's how they were able to eat. But in addition to that, we also heard resources. One of the resources that you would need, because it's so hot, you don't want to be able to sit in the sun. It's too hot out, and it may be a little windy over there, with all the sand. Put our hands down. You need to have some type of protection, some type of a hut. And as I was just hearing the song of Succot, we know that we sit in the Succot starting just a couple of days. And because Hashem had us in the desert, in these special huts, these little houses, because of that we have the holiday of Succot. Because Hashem protected us from the sun and the wind, because of that we have a special holiday called Succot, which is very interesting because there is no holiday to celebrate that we had water. There is no holiday to celebrate the food that came down. But there's a holiday celebrating something which seems to be maybe not as important, having this place so that the sun doesn't go on my head. So why is it that there's only a holiday of Sukkot for the Sukkah, but not for water and not for food? So I'd like to share with you the following story. It's actually a story about a student in a school. It was a fourth grader, and he had an assignment. He had to go on an interview. And the person that that he had to ask questions to was his mother. So he had a whole list of questions that he had to ask her. And one of the questions he actually had to ask was, what was your favorite gift that I ever gave you? In your entire life, Mom, what was it? So the mother smiled and said, what do you think it was, my son? So he said, I can probably guess. I remember on your birthday, I made a very beautiful card, and I also brought you your favorite box of chocolates. And the mother looked at her son and said, that was nice, but that wasn't it. So he thought for a second, he goes, oh, of course, now I remember. It was on Mother's Day. And Mother's Day, I remember I got you this beautiful bouquet of a dozen red roses. That must have been it. And on this, mother shook her head and said, no, believe it or not, my favorite gift that you ever gave me was actually not this past year. You gave it to me a few years back when you were only just about 3 or 4 years old. And he thought for a second, I don't remember that. What was the special occasion? And your mom smiled again and said, I'll tell you. It wasn't my birthday, it wasn't Mother's Day. It was March 9th. So he thought for a second and said, March 9th? What happened on March 9th? And what did I give you? So then we know we were just walking around, and you looked up to me, and you gave me something that was very special. And in fact, I treasure it to this day. There's not a moment that goes by that I don't carry it with me. My goodness, what could it be? I must have given you something unbelievable. What was it, Mom? So Mom stopped for a second. Decided to show it. She put her hand in her pocket and pulled out this. So the mother showed this to the child and said, is that like a special diamond or something I gave you? No, the mom said, no. It's a marble. A marble. So the child said, I don't understand. What's so special about a marble? So the mother said, it was so nice that on my birthday you gave me something, and it was also so special on Mother's Day that you thought of me. The fact that on just some random, regular day in the month of March, you came up to me and you decided to give me something which you considered to be special and precious, and you decided to give this to me, and you said, Mom, I love you. Mom, I care about you. This was the most treasured gift that I ever received. And the reason for that, even though it looks like just a common marble, but what's special about this marble is that this child recognized on any regular day of the year how much his mom cared about him. Perhaps this is the idea of the holiday of Succot. What does that have to do with the marble? Because it is true. If you are in the desert, like you guys said right away, so many of you are going to give me that answer, you need water. You can't survive without water. You can't survive without food. So therefore, there's no holiday for that. But what was special is that Hashem decided that I'm not only going to give you things that you need, but I'm also going to think about you for the small little things as well. I'm also going to think about the temperature to make sure that it's not too hot. And therefore, when we sit in the Sukkah, just like that child giving that marble on a given day, Hashem is telling us that we care about you so much because I want to make sure that everything is 100% fine, and that you are totally comfortable, and that everything that you have is perfect. So when we sit in the Sukkah, which is called Zman Simchatenu, a time that we are truly happy and joyous, we should think about this very important message about just like Hashem took care of us, even the small little things, so too, when we look around at our friends and our families, we also have to remember, just like that child did on that month of March, to always remember to say to one's parents how much you care about them and how much you love them. And by doing that, you will certainly increase simcha, joy, in everyone's life. Chag Sameach and Shabbat Shalom!